Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss with biopesticides. Biopesticide is a formulation made from naturally occurring substance that is controlled pest by non-toxic mechanism in eco-friendly manner. First of all, we have to know what are pests. Pests are the insects which have ability to disrupt the crop plants. Such insects are known as pest. Not all the insects are pest, but the insects which have ability to disrupt, which have destructive effects toward the crop, they were classified as pest. So, biopesticides are the formulations which are made from naturally occurring substances that control pests by non-toxic mechanism and in eco-friendly manner. Initially, these pests were controlled with chemical pesticide. But these chemical pesticides not only kill the pest, but they are also harmful for the animals and human beings. They are also responsible for destruction of the or they reduce the fertility of soil. The continuous deposition of these chemical fertilizers not only kill the pest, but it is also harmful to the humans and animals. Biopesticides may be derived from animals like nematodes, plants like chrysanthemum, azadirachta, and the microorganisms like bacteria like Bacillus thuringiensis, fungus like trichoderma, and viruses like nucleopolyhedrosis virus. And along with that, the natural enemies of that insect pest, they can be utilized as a biocontrol agent, biopesticides. However, biopesticides are greatly less toxic and used are However, biopesticides are generally less toxic to the user and are non-target organisms. However, biopesticides are generally less toxic to the users and the non-target organism, making them desirable, suitable and sustainable tool for the crop disease management. Advantages of biopesticides are they are less harmful to the consumer, to the environment also. They were designed to affect only their target pest. They are target specific and they are not harmful to the non-target organism. Often they were effective in very small quantities sufficient to kill the pest. Along with that, they are easily decomposable, they are quickly decomposable as they are biological origin, they can be degraded, they can be decomposed in the soil, thereby resulting in lower exposure of the largely avoiding the pollution problem. When biopesticides used as a component of integrated pest management program, biopesticides are contribute greatly. There are various types of biopesticides. Microbial biopesticides are there. Microbial biopesticides, first is microbial biopesticide. Microbial biopesticides are composed of microscopic living organisms like viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and nematodes. Either we can use the organism as a whole or the biochemicals, the toxins produced by these organisms can be utilized as a biopesticides. Plant incorporated protectants are the pesticidal substances produced by the plants and the genetic material for the plant to produce the substance. So Bt toxin. Initially, Bt toxin can be produced by the Bacillus thuringiensis We prepare the Bacillus thuringiene toxin, or we can utilize that bacteria to kill the pest. Under this plant incorporated protectants, we can utilize the gene which is responsible for thuringiene toxin production from Bacillus thuringiensis. We can incorporate this gene into the genetic system of the plant so that the plant itself acquire the ability to produce that toxin, so that when the pest fed on that plant, along with the plant part, they ingest the toxin which is responsible for killing action towards the pest. Certain biochemical pesticides can be utilized. Biochemical pesticides, these are nothing but the chemicals produced by the living things only. The biochemical pesticides includes the substances like the insect sex pheromones. Insect sex pheromones can be utilized along with the pesticide. These insect pheromones, sex pheromones, they were utilized in the insect traps. The opposite sex insects attract toward that trap, where they get trapped inside the trap and they get killed. Ultimately, a particular sex from that insect were reduced. Indirectly, it was interfering with the mating of that insects and reproducibility of the insects. Botanical pesticides, several plants-based insecticides, and like nicotinides, natural pyranthrins, rotenoids, and neem products. These naturally occurring plant extracts, plant products, they can be utilized as insecticides. Along with this, certain the biotic agents or the natural enemies of the pest can be utilized as biopesticides. We know predators. Predators, the animals or the insects which feed on another living being. If we use the predators of the pest as a biocontrol agent, it could work to control the pest. Along with that, parasitoids. These are the parasites of the insects. Parasitoids are what? Are the parasites of the insect. If we use the parasite of insects, these parasites they are responsible for infection to the insects and ultimately kill the insects. First of all, we are going to discuss with the microbial insecticides. Microbial insecticides are composed of microscopic living organisms like viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and nematodes. Either we can utilize these organisms as a whole, as a biocontrol agent, as a bioinsecticides, or we can utilize the toxins, the biochemicals which have killing action towards the insects as a bioinsecticides. These microbial bioinsecticides can be applied as sprays, dust, or the granule formulation. Their greatest strength is their specificity, as most are essentially non-toxic, non-pathogenic to the animals and humans. Microbial insecticides are very much specific towards their host. They does not have toxicity or pathogenicity towards the non-host animals, non-host insects even. So they are ultimately safe for animals and human beings. Microbial pesticides includes insecticide, fungicides, herbicides, and growth regulators of the organisms. The history of biopesticides says that Bussey in 1834 first recognized that fungus Beauveria bassiana responsible for silkworm death. That means he showed that the Beauveria bassiana is working as an insecticide, insect killing. It have insect killing ability. But later on, Ishivatu reported that not the vegetative cell of this fungus is required, but the spores are responsible for the silkworm death. German microbiologists Berliner and Meti in their studies observed that parasporal bodies produced by Bacillus thuringiensis were responsible for insect death. Later on, this Bacillus thuringiensis pesticide was produced under the name called as Sporine in France in 1938. Along with Bacillus thuringiensis, Bacillus populi, Bacillus lentimorvis were used to control the pest like Japanese beetle, the Popillia japonica. The bacteria which can be utilized as insecticides like Bacillus thuringiensis can be utilized in the development of bioinsecticide. The pathogenicity of Bacillus thuringiensis revealed in this next slide. Bacillus thuringiensis specifically used to control Lepidopteris pest like American bollworm in cotton, stem borer in rice. Near about 12 strains of Bacillus thuringiensis produce the protein crystals, which are actually responsible for the bioinsecticidal activity of this Bacillus thuringiensis. Among these 12 strains, main source of production of BT preparation are the subspecies like Kerstaki, Galeri, Dendrolemus. When the larvae ingest this Bacillus thuringiensis, the BT releases the thuringin toxin, the cry protein, which is the product of cry gene, which damage the alkaline midgut of the pest and eventually result in the high alkaline blood leads to the gut. It dissolves the cementing material in the gut lining and it leads to the paralytic attack to that insect. And it further leads to the death within near about 60 minutes. Subunit of crystals subunit of these parasporal crystals are rod-like, dumbbell-shaped, 12 to 5 nanometer in size. These crystals and spores in the Bacillus thuringiensis were synthesized simultaneously. Because the amino acid required for the synthesis of these crystal proteins, they were present in the protein, they were present in the cell, but they were broken down, the crystals and spores synthesized simultaneously. As the cellular proteins which are responsible for making available the amino acid required for the crystal protein synthesis were broken down only at early stage of sporulation. And that is why the crystal protein synthesis and the sporulation were carried out simultaneously in Bacillus thuringiensis. The LD50 of this parasporal body, it is only 0.9 microgram per gram of the insect body. LD50 is the minimum dose which is required to reduce the insect population by 50%. Main source for the production of BT preparation are the strains of the subspecies like Kerstaki, Galeri, Dendrolemus. Along with the parasporal body, Bt also have ability to produce another toxin called as theta exotoxin, which is also active against the Lepidoptera, Diptera, Coleoptera and Arthropoda. But it is also toxic to the animals. Bt is used for short-term control only. It not persists for years. Also not sprayed in the insects population, that is from one insect to another insect. So during crop spraying, it is essential to make that Bt to stick, to be persist on the leaf surface. The insecticide is also sensitive to the UV light in the sunlight. It gets inactivated due to the UV present in the sunlight. To overcome these difficulties, certain emulsifying agents and sticking agents, the stickers, certain gorgons like stickers, they can be utilized. Along with that, UV protectants can be utilized in the Bt insecticide formulation. Dipel is the Bt insecticide from the strain HD1. Not only Bacillus thuringiensis, but Agrobacterium radiobacter is used to treat the root during transplanting that check the crown gall, the tumor disease produced by tumor production in the plant. This crown gall is a disease in peach, grape, vines, roses and various plants caused by the soil-borne pathogen called as Agrobacterium tumefaciens. It leads to the cancerous growth, that is, the tumor formation is carried out into the plants. The effective strains of Agrobacterium radiobacter possess two important features. Their ability to colonize the host root to a higher population. They can densely colonize the host root. And they have ability to produce an antibiotic called as agrocin, that is toxic to Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Thus, they can control the Agrobacterium tumefaciens by producing the disease crown gall. Pseudomonas fluorescens is another bacteria which can be utilized as a biocontrol agent, biopesticide. This bacteria is used to control dumping of caused by Phythium species, Rhizoctonia solani, Germanomyces graminis. It has ability to grow quickly in rhizosphere. Not only bacteria, but viruses can be utilized as biopesticides. Viruses, they can be of polyhedrosis viruses or granulosis viruses. Polyhedrosis are the viruses in which many hundreds of virus particles are embedded in each single polyhedral crystals, whereas only one viral particle present in one protein crystal. Such viruses were known as granuloses. Both of these polyhedrosis and granuloses have the insecticidal activity. Nuclear polyhedrosis after ingestion develop in nuclei of host cell. They causes damage to the skin of host, the fat body and hemolymph in the infected larvae. The liquefying body content of the cadaver leak from the skin, which is highly infective fluid spread amongst the healthy insects population. It is responsible for spreading of infection in the healthy population. The spread may take place by wind, rain like mediator. Virion H, it is one of the example of nuclear polyhedrosis viruses, which is utilized to control the cotton ball worm. Timing of application is important factor when we are using these bioinsecticides. Young larvae are most susceptible to the viruses. For effective results, virus must be ingested by the insect, larvae should be effectively covered with the viral agent. When these viruses they get ingested inside the insect, then and then only they can cause damage to skin, the fat bodies and hemolymph, so that insect leads to the death. The commercial production of these viral bioinsecticides, it was mostly carried out in the target larvae only, because they are host specific and virus production can be carried out in the living host only. Baculoviruses control Lepidopterus, Hymenopterus pest of cotton, rice and vegetable. They are rod-shaped, circular, double-stranded, supercoiled DNA. Not only bacteria and viruses can be utilized as biopesticide, but fungus they can be utilized as biopesticide. Trichoderma is a fungicide which have greenish color, greenish powdery growth on the plates on the agar medium. They are effective against the soil-borne diseases of such as root rot. It is particularly relevant for the dryland crops such as groundnut, black gram, green gram, chickpeas, which are susceptible to these diseases. Now we will discuss the bacterial insecticide production. In that we are going to discuss the production of Bacillus thuringiensis. Bacillus thuringiensis, they can be thuringin biopesticide can be produced by two processes, either submerged fermentation or semi-solid fermentation. In submerged fermentation, the inoculum preparation is carried out using the medium containing beet molasses, constip solids, calcium carbonate. Stock culture of Bacillus thuringiensis was inoculated in the medium containing these components, and it was subjected to incubation for 24 hours in Shake flask method. Ultimately, whatever growth we get after 24 hours, it was inoculated into the seed fermenters in which we can utilize the inoculum preparation for large scale production. The production media, it was composed of beet molasses 1.86%, cottonseed flour 1.40%, constip liquor solids 1.70%, calcium carbonate 0.1%, along with that tryptophan, dextrose, cornstarch, yeast extract, K2H2O4 and KH2PO4, they will be the component of this production medium. Once we get the sufficient growth and sporulation after 24 hours, the fermented broth was subjected to the recovery of biopesticide. After fermentation, that fermented broth of pH 8.4 to 8.7 then adjusted to the pH of 7 with HCl. Such pH adjusted fermented broth then subjected to the centrifugation to remove the supernatant and get the cells. This residue, it was then suspended into the 4 to 6 volume of lactose with constant stirring. Slowly to this suspension, there is addition of acid. 4 volume acetone was added for washing with constant stirring at 30 minutes. Then it was allowed to stand for 10 minutes. After completion of 10 minutes, the broth was filtered with suction. Filtrate was discarded and the residue, it is again given a wash with acetone, small volume of acetone. Again repeated, 2 wash of acetone was given to that filtrate. Allow the residue to dry overnight at room temperature. This formulation can be used as a spray. You can get a powdery formulation which can be dissolved into the which can be converted into liquid formulation, or you can utilize as spray powdery formulation as it is. The semi-solid fermentation procedure of Bt toxin production was patented by Maculas on bran based semi-solid medium. For inoculum development in semi-solid fermentation, dextrose 15 gram per liter, constip liquor 5 gram per liter, yeast autolysate 5 gram per liter, K2HPO4 4 gram per liter were utilized, and the pH of this medium was adjusted to neutrality 7 to 7.2. Once medium is prepared, from the stock culture, Bacillus thuringiensis was inoculated and incubated at 30 degrees centigrade for 8 hours. After completion of this 8 hours, the inoculum was again inoculated into the seed tank in addition to above component in the seed tank. In the seed tank, in addition to all these component, NaOH 0.43 grams per liter, calcium chloride 0.1 gram per liter is present. In seed tank, 0.1% inoculum from the shake flask was inoculated, and again it is incubated at 30 degrees centigrade for 16 hours. About 400 ml of such seed culture is then used to inoculate each kilogram of semi-solid production medium, bran-based production medium. The production media composed of wheat bran, expanded pellet, soybean meal, dextrose, lime, NaCl, calcium carbonate and water. Before inoculation, this production medium was subjected to partial sterilization for 60 minutes with free-flowing steam. Then it was inoculated with 400 ml of inoculum with moisture content of 60% by weight and pH 6 to 6.9. Inoculated bran was then placed in perforated bottom bins through which air can be circulated at 30 to 34 degrees centigrade. In initial 3 hours, the air circulation rate is 0.4 to 0.6 per volume per minute. Then it was shifted to 1 to 1.2 volume after 36 hours. During this, the pH was increased to 7.5 and the moisture was reduced to 53%. At this time, dry air of 50 to 55 degree was passed through the bran for next 36 hours. Such bran medium then harvested and ground through 80 mesh screen. And the final product contained only 4% of moisture with a pH of 7. A wettable powder containing spores, crystals and exotoxins is now prepared, which can be utilized as bioinsecticide formulation. These bioinsecticides, they can be present in various types of formulation like liquid formulation, dusty formulation. For liquid formulation, generally water is used as a diluent, oil, and along with that oil can be used as a sticking agent, used as a carrier for microbial insecticide so that it can be easily stick to the plant parts. Solubility, cheapness and good sticking and spreading property to the liquid formulation is given due to oil. Next is dusty formulation. Dust of wettable powders, for example viral insecticides. In dusty formulation, additives like spreaders, stickers, protectants used during the formulation of microbial pesticides. Spreaders can be the milk powder caseins, dry blood, gelatin, SDA, sodium dodecyl sulfates. They can be used as spreaders. Flour, dextrins, gums, polyvinyl chlorides can be utilized as sticking agents, which ensures weather-resistant film formation on the foliage. Protectants were added to minimize the desiccation, sunlight and UV sensitivity of that formulation. The advantage of biopesticides are they are harmless, they are non-toxin to the non-target life forms, but they are specifically toxic to their targets. They have high degree of specificity. They are easy to produce in inexpensive way in large amount. Biopesticides rarely develop resistance, and biopesticides that were required in very low dosage to control the pest. Biopesticides also have certain disadvantages like careful and correct timing of application with respect to incubation period of the disease is there, because these biopesticides, they can infect the host cells at the particular stage of the life stage of the host only. Biopesticides, they are narrow spectrum, so that if more than one type of pest were present in your crop, that time you have to use more than one biopesticide. Necessity of maintaining the pathogen in viable state at high virulence. If we did not care for the viability of these biopesticides, they also lost their virulence. Sometimes biopesticides are difficult to produce in large scale. Also, they were objectionable with food crops due to the tendency to remain attached to the foliage of the plants. There is also requirement of some pathogens for favorable climatic condition in order to invade and infect their host. They can infect their host in only specific climatic conditions. Thank you. So this is biopesticides.